Hello, welcome back to our Sydney Proactive studio. Let's go over to Perth now to talk to Ian Prentice, the Executive Director of Technology Metals Australia. Hi there, Ian. How are things?
Hi, Karen. Very good, thank you.
That's good. Now, we have some DFS results out for the Gabanintha Vanadium Project. What have you found?
Yeah, so we released our Definitive Feasibility Study numbers yesterday. So the big announcement came out yesterday. So it really confirms Gabanintha as a long life, low cost, large scale operation. So confirming some of the metrics from the pre-feasibility study and obviously updating those to a much higher level of detail. Operating costs, for instance, we're in the lowest quartile for the vanadium industry, a touch over $4 a pound, which is a really fantastic place to be. Looking at something in excess of a 16-year mine life based on our current reserve position of just under 30 million tonnes. Plenty of scope for that to increase over time. We've got another 100 million tonnes of resources there that we can work with, so plenty of scope to grow that. So I think the project metrics are very much supported by the really high detail level of work that we've done in this feasibility study.
And what can you tell us that sets Gabanintha apart from other similar type projects?
Yeah, I think one of the unique things we have at Gabanintha is within our ore body, so geology first and foremost. So we've got a really nice high-grade, coarse-grained, continuous ore body there that really does underpin the project economics. So coarse grain size means we don't have to do a really fine grind on getting our product through into a magnetic concentrate. We've also got a very shallow oxidation profile, so that's very important in the processing side. So that means that we can access our fresh material very early on in the mine life, which means we get a much higher recovery profile. So, for instance, our fresh massive magnetite unit gives us somewhere in the order of 77% end-to-end recovery. So, just putting that in perspective, that's sort of class leading for the vanadium industry. So that's a really important part of why the project does stand out. I think another important part of where we are with the project and the work we've done as part of the feasibility study is the pilot plant test work that we've done. So we've taken a bulk sample and we've taken that all the way through the pilot study, done the kiln test work. So we've actually confirmed the scalability of our project, confirmed all the metrics that we're using in the feasibility study at a pilot scale. So when we're building a project of this scale, you really want to have done that higher level of test work to really confirm all the numbers that you're using in your study. So that's a really important part of what we've done.
For sure, sounds like a lot of work's been done there. And what are the next steps now?
So I think we've been engaged for quite some time now with potential partners for the project. So on offtake, on finance, partnering up with the actual the development of the project. So this is a really key platform now. So delivering this feasibility study. A lot of groups we've been talking to for some time have been saying, okay, well, fantastic. We're really happy with where you're going and what's happening. So looking forward to the feasibility study. So now this is out. This is a really key milestone for us to continue those discussions and progress those to a point where we can move forward on the development.
Fair enough. And just briefly, how is the vanadium market looking like overall at the moment?
Yeah, so it's been an interesting 6 or 9 months, a bit of a roller coaster. We had a really big run up at the end of last year, and then that's come back down, sort of not all the way back down, but came back down to sort of around the $758 a pound mark earlier this year. I think there's some macro events that are driving some of that, which is across the commodity sectors. But for the vanadium itself, I think we've probably reached a really good floor about 3 or 4 months ago, and we've sort of settled around there. In the last month or so, we've started to see some increasing in the price. And we think the overall supply-demand fundamentals for the market mean that in the short to medium term, we're going to see a recovery in the price back into the low teens. And that's the sort of the price point that we've looked at for the feasibility study. We think that lack of supply coming in and an increasing demand in the market is really going to drive that to a point where you've got a price that is very supportive of development of a primary project like ourselves.
Well, thanks so much for your time and your update today, Ian Prentice, and we look forward to seeing the project unfold as it goes along for the rest of the year as well.
Great, thanks very much, Karen.
Thank you. That's Ian Prentice from Technology Metals Australia.